music.
You're listening to The Scrimmage with Daniel Hargrove and Justin Domashevitz.
I'm enjoying good food from a 16 seed that upset a 1 seed.
Yeah.
It's the quick stop.
I know we were all a little disappointed because I had arranged that I was going to pick up some food from a Final Four restaurant.
Yeah.
Stop and go on my way out here. I did. I wouldn't say I promised. I definitely said I was going to, and then I failed to check what time they open, and they didn't open in time for me to stop there. But hey, you know what? Quick stop to the rescue. They had food ready to order.
Yep.
So I was able to just go in there and get a bag full of food for like $30.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm impressed. It reminds me of like ballpark food.
Mm-hmm.
And that just brings back a whole ton of nostalgia for me.
Yeah.
So I'm digging it so far.
Good.
Also, just throwing this out there, Grizzly Den opens at 11.
Yeah, that was a little too much backtracking for me
To
go all the way to Hoquiam.
As that one person on Twitter mentioned, it might not have been ready for us in time.
It's a fair point.
Yeah. If there's one criticism that I would have about Grizzly Den, make sure you call ahead.
Yeah.
Because it can take a while.
But it's worth it.
Last time I was
so worth
there, they were like normal quickness amount.
Really?
I have had them be really slow in the past, but what was it, like 2 months or so ago? Like in January,
Okay.
I think I went there, and I called it ahead, right?
Yeah.
And then they were like ready, like I called it like as I was getting into Hoquiam, and they were ready like by the time I got there.
Oh,
and I was
nice.
like, I was expecting to wait for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, Grizzly Den sadly was eliminated
Yeah.
from the tournament in the Elite Eight by Gene's Stop and Go. If
I
you
think-
haven't been following our March Madness Grays Harbor Eats bracket, go in and check out the polls. The polls for the Final Four will be posted later today, and they will run through Wednesday.
Okay.
And then the poll for the championship round will start on Wednesday and run through Saturday.
I gotta say, everybody who saw that bracket come out knew that Jeans was taking on Grizzly Den in the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
Everybody saw that matchup coming.
Yeah, and we will run through a little bit at the end of the show. We'll talk about the 4 restaurants that made it to the end, and I'll give you what their road to the Final Four was.
I like it.
Yeah, we'll do that. Well, that's how we're going to close the show today.
I just gotta say, I was excited to see that 4 Hoquiam restaurants were in the Elite Eight.
Hoquiam represented, man.
Yeah.
And
It was
honestly,
like last year with the Pac-12.
you got you got Humdinger versus Casamia on that one side of the bracket. Those could have both been in the title game if the matchups had landed a little differently.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I think we all know what the title game's gonna be.
Do we?
Actually, I don't know on that side.
Yeah. Humdinger's been that's a
Humdinger
sneaky 5
out
seed.
hits its weight class.
Yeah.
They
I
punch
agree.
up.
They do.
You know what though? We talk so much about like how Humdinger is so popular because it inspires nostalgia, and also, like I said last week, there you get bang for your buck at
Yes,
Humdinger.
that's true.
But you know, by comparison, it's not the same as going to Jeans or Grizzly Den.
Yeah.
But I had a really good example from a coworker of the type of thing that you get like when you have a business that's there for so long, that's such a part of the community. Mm-hmm. And I had a coworker who literally tried to make me cry before work the other day by telling me a nostalgic story about Humdinger, and I was like, "Well, kind of want to go there now."
Oh my god.
Yeah, you want to know it?
Yes.
It's
kind of, but I don't want to.
gonna pull at the old heartstrings.
Is it?
Yeah,
Was it? Who told you the story? Can you divulge that information?
yeah, it was Francis.
I was gonna assume it was Francis.
Yeah, so Francis.
Was it a true story?
true story? Yep.
Do you
He wouldn't
have-
lie about this.
Okay.
So Francis.
Only this.
Francis's mom, when she was very sick before she passed away, had a really hard time eating towards the end. And one day she was hungry and she said, "Hey, let's go to Humdinger." And she had a very specific, I can't remember what all the details were, but a very specific custom order. And then it ended up being her last meal. And now Francis goes back to Humdinger every year on his mom's birthday and gets that custom order.
Well, shoot.
Did I get you?
I'm crying.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
I am crying.
Yeah.
I'm just cutting onions.
But that's the type. That's like, to me,
Man.
that was like the example of what I was trying to say. Like, you get sentimental value. Like, something happened there. You had your first date there. That's where you met your buddy, and you've been buddies for 20 years. Like,
Yeah.
that
Or
kind of a
50
community.
years.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I don't know how long Hundeering has been around, but it's a really long time.
One of only
Lot
two
more than 20.
waterfront restaurants in all of West County, right? Isn't that what we said?
Yeah. Yep. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Well, that's one way to start the show.
Yeah. By the way, this is The Scrimmage. I'm Justin Domashevitz, Daniel Hargrove over there holding back tears. And our
do a good
producer,
job.
Andrew Gross, is here with us as well. And we are brought to you by Ole Penn Real Estate and the Law Office of Jeffrey A. Domashevitz. In addition to talking about our March Madness Grace Harbor Eats bracket, we have some Mariners, we have some Seahawks, we got a full local sports roundup, and we will name an Ole Penn Real Estate Athlete of the Week. But let's get it started first with the 2-minute drill.
Let's go. Huddle up. Gotta hurry. Hey, 2-minute situation. 44 seconds. Hand the ball around. Gonna do it right. Reset Buckeye. All right.
The 2-minute drill starts now.
Daniel, what a catch! Good Lord. Nobody on the cameras will be able to see it, but a lamp just almost took a spill, and Daniel reached out with cat-like reflexes and caught it while I just sat here and stared at the whole thing happening because I couldn't react quickly enough.
I'd be more impressed if I hadn't caused the lamp to
Oh, I
almost
thought
hit the
Pax
spill.
did it.
No.
I thought a dog did it.
That was me. That lamp is heavy, I gotta say, by the way. Okay.
It's also very regal
it-
with that. It's a regal eagle.
Back to it. Damian Lillard appeared on the Dan Patrick Show on Friday and said that being shut down wasn't exactly his choice. Uh-oh. But the Blazers are saving him from himself. Uh-oh. By shutting him down for the rest of the season. Justin, how do you receive Dame's comments?
I received them as this is a guy who was very at peace with the decision that was made. If you hear his tone, he
Okay.
was directly asked, was it your choice? He said, I wouldn't exactly say it was my choice, but I would say that the Blazers the team is trying to save me from myself, because he admitted he's had a lot of tightness in that injured calf, and he also has a history of returning quickly from injuries and re-aggravating them. So he wouldn't admit that I wanted to be shut down, but he
Yeah.
was definitely okay with that decision, which for me was very comforting to hear.
Okay, good.
because I thought Dame's very honest, and if he didn't want to be shut down, he was going to let you know.
Yeah. That's good to hear the context there.
I used little quotes to make it a little more inflammatory.
Scary.
The Seattle Mariners opened the season by losing 2 of 3 games to the Cleveland Guardians, who have a stupid name. They have a shot to even the series this afternoon on Sunday. Daniel, how important is it for the M's to finish the opening series with a win?
They're named after the XFL team, right?
That's correct.
Which just knocked off our Sea Dragons. Gosh darn it. Anyway, it is very important for them to
The
finish
Sea
this
Dragons are on a
series.
5-game win streak.
I think they just lost last night to the Guardians.
Uh-oh.
I'm not positive.
I think you're wrong. I'll check.
Okay,
Efforting.
You check. I'll keep talking about how the Mariners need to win this game, not because they need to win this game. It's April, for goodness sakes. There are no must-win games in April, but get the bats going already. Oh my goodness, it has been dismal. And every time I see a new player come in and start slow, I get really worried, because we've seen so many new players come in who are touted at being amazing, and then they start slow and never recover. Hey, Oscar, please hit a dong tonight.
The Sea Dragons beat the Renegades on Friday,
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe it's...
and they've won 5 in a row.
Oh, you know what? I should have trusted you, seeing that your next question is about the Sea Dragons.
Well,
Daniel didn't
it
read
made me
ahead.
doubt myself.
Yeah. Well, Kyle sent me a message last night that made me think, and Kyle Pauly has season tickets and goes to all the Sea Dragons games. Now I'm going to have to go back. Maybe I must have misunderstood what he said.
Now you're blaming Kyle.
Yep.
Did you just read the last couple messages?
As as I tend to do. The XFL Seattle Sea Dragons are on a 5-game winning streak after an 0-2 start this season. Justin, will the Trogdors burninate it all? They did just sign Philip Lindsay, I've been told.
They are going to burninate it all. You know why? Because my Seattle Sea Dragons have Ben DiNucci, who leads the XFL in passing yards.
DiNucci!
And Josh Gordon, who is one of the best receivers on the field at any given moment, is third on the team in receptions and second in yards, which means they have better receivers whose names I don't even know. Sea Dragons, future XFL champions.
You don't know Josh Gordon?
Seattle Seahawks GM John Schneider was asked by Wyman and Bob last week about whether or not he would consider drafting a quarterback in the first round of the upcoming draft. Schneider said, quote, "There's a chance," and other quote, "We just don't know yet." Daniel, can you see a scenario in which the Hawks draft one of the top quarterbacks?
Yes, but only if it's Bryce Young.
And he's not slipping to 5, so
Yeah.
don't see it happen.
That's what I got to say there.
Okay, sorry. I went too early, then I wanted to make sure it was
Yeah.
all the way done.
Okay.
Daniel,
So-
I think you got confused because the Guardians just got their first win.
Oh, gotcha. That's
first
what it
win
is.
over the DC Defenders.
Thank you. Okay.
The Defenders let up a lot of points in that game, which is contradictory. It was like 37, I think.
37 to
Because I follow the
36, they
XFL
lost.
so closely.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So Kyle, that's why I was confused. Kyle likes to send me XFL updates, and first he sends me former Pro Bowl running back Philip Lindsay signs deal with Sea Dragons, and then he
Our
says,
Trogdors.
"Yep," and then he says 5-game win streak, may need to go to the championship game, and then he sends 0-6 team beat the 6-0 team, best first worst back and forth. So reading all of those at once, I was like, "Oh, we just lost to the Guardians." My bad. Bad job by me.
How are you not following the XFL more closely?
Daniel's got baby brain. Daniel has baby brain. It's not just the XFL he's not following
Daniel
closely.
has baby brain or Daniel has a baby brain?
both. I have been watching Mariners though because Anchor likes to watch the Mariners. So
Nice.
I've been just putting on the Mariners games, and we've been having father-son Mariners time. Two things: the games go really fast, and B, the games go really fast.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Especially when there's not a lot of offense.
Yeah, that's a good point. Last night was flying. Have you watched any of the games yet?
Nope.
Because you've been
Are the
Basketball
Mariners
is still
on FS1
happening.
now?
No, they're on Root Sports.
Okay. Because I don't have Root Sports on my TV package. With Hulu is like one of the very few live TV things that doesn't have Root Sports.
right.
Oh, Hulu, right? Okay.
Yeah. But then there was a game on FS1 the other day, and I was like,
Maybe
Interesting.
it might have been a replay though.
or maybe they had an opening day there too.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, this is really.
Or they could have national games because like there's always the random national games that are like on Apple and you can't watch them anywhere else.
Illegal streaming. Illegal streaming.
Did you say
Demonetized.
legal streaming?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because Hulu has live sports. I know because Joel Embiid told me in a commercial.
Yeah, Dame
a few
told me
years
in a
ago.
commercial once too.
Yeah, a couple times. I think he had a
yeah.
couple of really good ones. Now I
Yeah.
can't remember. Anyway, well, let's move on to my favorite part of the show because I got a good one here and it's baseball related.
Oh.
Serving questions up on a silver platter where the points are made up and the rules don't matter. Time for Stump Daniel.
Stump Daniel is brought to you by the law office of Jeffrey A. Domashevitz. I am Justin Domashevitz, no relation.
What's
What's the A stand for?
I don't have an A in my name. What are you talking about?
Oh, snap.
I am going to try to stump Daniel Hargrove with a little bit of baseball trivia.
Uh-oh.
Daniel, I have in front of me
I don't like this.
the top 10 in AL MVP odds.
Oh, okay.
This
I feel
year?
Julio Rodriguez is on here.
I feel like I'll be less embarrassed than I thought I was going to be for getting this wrong.
Okay. So I have the top 10 in front of me. The top
Gotcha.
10 players in the American League with the best odds to win the MVP.
Got
This
it.
was preseason. It hasn't changed since the beginning of the year. So these are all based on preseason.
Okay.
Julio Rodriguez is on this list. So your task, should you choose to accept it or not,
Oh, I cannot?
is to say...
No, your task, regardless of whether you accept it or not.
Okay, those are very two different wordings.
They mean the same thing. Your task is to tell me where on this list Julio is
Okay.
and which players are ahead of him, if any.
Okay.
So go ahead and just work through your list of what you think the top of the list is and where
this
Julio
is
would
American
rank.
League?
American League.
So the way Justin worded that challenge, he's also supposed to give me like some sunglasses that I can throw away and they'll explode after giving me the mission. That was the Mission Impossible
This is
quote.
I've never seen
message.
it.
Well, what? No,
You haven't seen
that's
Mission
an exciting movie that was made after you were born.
Yeah,
How
just
have you not seen
Never
it?
got around to it. Is that Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
And not interested.
Huh?
Not a Tom Cruise guy.
Have you seen Transporter?
No.
You haven't seen Transporter? That is right up your dude. Okay, you know how I told you about Pacific Rim and you loved it? Go watch Transporter.
What's Transporter about?
Transporter's Jason Statham doing awesome things in cars and kicking people's butts.
Do robots fight aliens?
It's not that good.
Okay.
So I can't give you the best ever every time.
Okay.
But it's like right below it. You'll enjoy it.
Okay. I do like Jason Statham.
And he's driving cars and kicking butts.
Okay.
The whole movie.
The ageless Jason Statham.
Yes. Except this is younger Jason Statham.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Jason
Sorry.
Statham's. Jason Statham's.
Yeah. Forgot about that.
Daniel, where does Julio fall on this list?
Okay, so
And
I'm
who's ahead of him?
thinking Aaron Judge is number 1.
Aaron Judge is
No.
number.
Oh,
I didn't ask you to put him in order though.
I know you didn't.
Okay.
Okay.
Aaron Judge is number 2.
Aaron Judge is number 2.
Shohei Ohtani is number 1.
That is correct. 2 for 2. How many more guys do you have ahead of Julio in AL MVP odds?
I don't understand how you have anyone on the list other than a Shohei Ohtani until someone
Injury.
else starts being the best pitcher and hitter on their team.
You have other guys on the list because of injury.
What if he breaks his ankle and he can't pitch or hit?
Okay, that's fair. So then you would have you'd have Shohei like. I don't understand how they didn't give it to him last year.
Because Aaron Judge hit
felt
the most
personally
home runs
offended
in
by it.
American League history, and they were like, blah, blah, blah. Sorry,
Yeah, but
Yankee bias. It was Yankee bias.
he doesn't
Andrew.
pitch, so he's
I
not
know.
nearly as valuable.
I know. Trust me, my love for Shohei has only grown as my hatred for the Angels has also grown.
I don't even hate the Angels anymore because it's just like they're just fun to laugh at.
I hate them because they have Shohei Ohtani and we don't.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's why I hate them. Because they don't deserve Shohei
Yeah, they
Ohtani.
don't deserve him.
I agree with that.
By the way, did you see that video of Anthony Rendon like grabbing a fan's shirt? And
Yes. And then he was like, "You called me a blah blah blah." The guy was like, "No, I didn't. It wasn't me. I didn't say that."
He's like, "Yes, you did."
Honestly, I know that's a horrible thing and that it can't, like, the leagues can't allow that to happen.
Yeah.
I love it when athletes stand up for themselves when fans are acting like goons. And every time I see an NBA game where one of the guys goes over to the side, the players go over to the side and points to the security guard at someone in the stands and they get escorted out,
Yeah.
I want to cheer that.
Yeah.
Because fan behavior has gotten so insane.
So that I 100% agree with.
Yeah.
It's the going beyond pointing them out to security and like wading into the stands to throw fists that I'll watch it every time and laugh at it. I do think that it needs to be punished.
Yeah, he needs to be
Yeah.
punished, for sure. But I also
Absolutely.
love the fact that he did it.
Well, and that he's not on our team.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Like, do I want Ty France to do that? No.
How long is he going to be suspended? I can't picture Ty France doing that.
No, it would
Ty
be,
France would like verbally eviscerate somebody with a really clever comment.
Yeah.
I feel like.
That's a good point. Who's this year's Jesse Winker?
Yeah.
Who would actually start something? Because that was the only value Jesse Winker brought to the club last
Kelnick
year.
or
Kelnick, there it
might,
is!
But he's gonna have. I think that Kelnick's gonna have to start feeling really confident. Like it'll be halfway through the season before he gets to that point.
It could also happen out of frustration.
Murphy could do it.
Oh, Murphy's a crazy
I think
man.
he turns his frustration inwards.
Okay.
So I don't think that he would. I don't think he'd get frustrated and lash out at a fan.
Okay.
No, I'm just thinking. I kind of switched it to who's going to take on the other team.
Yeah.
And I think Kelnick would be a great thing. Or Murphy. Murphy might actually murder somebody, though, on accident.
Murphy
Because he's a crazy person.
might.
By the way, I'm loving how my stall tactic has worked here because we're totally talking about other
Well,
stuff.
it only worked if you get the next one right.
Mike Trout.
Mike Trout is third. Yes! The Angels have the first and third players in AL MVP odds and are inevitably going to be under 500 and disappointing.
Then I'm going to go Yordan Alvarez.
Yordan Alvarez is 5.
Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Then, with that bit of knowledge, I'm going to say Julio Rodriguez is number 4 on your list.
You would be correct.
Oh,
Julio Rodriguez is number 4. You had that one little Yordan Alvarez.
Yeah.
You're off by 1 spot, but
Yep.
I'd say you basically went 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I'll take that.
And then you got the next guy, which I would have thought would be in this group too, Vlad Jr. Is 6.
Yep.
Then Jose Ramirez, I have no idea who that is.
He's playing for the Guardians, the
Yeah,
team that
he's
we're
the
playing
one
right
that
now.
he's
I
the one
already
that
told you I
Matt
didn't
Brash
watch.
swept right off his feet. Did
Yeah.
you?
Oh, I
you
saw
watch
that video. That
Yes.
guy's a loser. He should get knocked out of the top 10 just because that happened.
It was so nasty.
I think that you're overreacting to one of the best hitters' reaction to the best knuckle drop that has ever been pitched. Somebody said that. I don't know how.
I doubt they said knuckle drop because I've never heard
knuckle
that.
curve.
There
Sorry.
you go.
Knuckle drop
There
curve.
was some analyst that was like, it's very possible that Matt Brash has the best knuckle curve that's ever been pitched in the MLB.
Rendon's about to drop knuckles on you. You'll like the next one, Daniel. Also, number
We have
8.
another question?
No.
Oh,
The next on the list. I'm going
Okay.
down. Jose Ramirez is number 7. Number 8 is Adley Rutschman.
Did I tell you that I turned down a trade for Adley Rutschman?
No.
And then, because Sean has him.
Yeah, but his strategy was also like, I'm going to draft this guy so I can fleece Daniel in a trade.
Yeah,
And he said it out loud.
he did. He probably shouldn't have because I remembered that. He tried to fleece me in a trade.
Disrespect.
Former Oregon State Beaver, in case people at home don't know. That's why Daniel loves him so much.
Yes. But he went 5 for 5 on opening day.
Yeah,
and
saw
he
that.
just kept texting me every time he got a hit. And I was like, I get it, Sean.
Number 9 on the list is Seager. Not Kyle, but Corey.
Well, it'd be weird if it was Kyle. He doesn't play anymore.
And number 10 is a name I've heard, but a guy I don't know, Rafael Devers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, shortstop for Boston.
Okay. I mean, I've heard that name definitely, but I knew most of these guys.
Yeah,
That feels like a step up for me.
it is. That was a fun exercise.
And that concludes Stump Daniel. Daniel he avoided being stumped. And again, that was brought to you by the law office of Jeffrey A. Damashevitz. No relation.
So I feel like I half avoided being stumped. I kind of changed the parameters of the game, and it made me more successful. Because you said I was supposed to say where Julio was spotted, and I ultimately failed at that because I was going to put him 5th.
I'm comfortable with the way you did it.
Okay, cool.
Because either way, you were going to work through in your head who are the guys that are ahead of him.
Yeah.
So I
okay.
think we're good.
All right.
We've got a full local sports roundup, and from that we have to choose an Ole Penn Real Estate Athlete of the Week. And let's not forget, we're also going to talk our March Madness Grays Harbor Eats bracket. But before we do that, let's take our first commercial break. Do you have a legal situation and need someone on your side? Let the law office of Jeffrey A. Damashevitz be your advocate. If you've been the victim of medical malpractice, suffered a personal injury, or need representation with real estate law, small business law, or estate planning, let Jeff Damashevitz put his 29 years of experience to work for you. Call Jeff Damashevitz today at 360-612-3991 or visit damashevitzlaw.com. That's DAMASIEWICZLAW.com.
Thank you for listening to the scrimmage or watching. Are you watching? I'm Daniel Hargrove. That's Justin Damashevitz.
Heyo.
That's Andrew Gross. You can't see her in the background right now, but if she does stuff in the kitchen, you'll see her. Johanna's over there. And there's a dog around that if you ever see Justin start absent-mindedly doing something with his arm off camera, he's petting Pax.
Yeah, because Pax is the best.
Yeah. We are brought to you by the law office.
I
of
leave
Jeffrey
this
A.
place
Damashevitz.
every Sunday covered in dog hair.
Just smothered. You look like an aging Greek man with how much white hair is all over your body.
You almost made Andrew spit out his drink.
That was very specific.
We have a very robust local sports roundup today. I would like to remind people that if there is something that you would like us to discuss or something that you'd like us to mention, feel free to send us that information. You can either message us on our socials. You can email us, thescrimmage@gmail.com. I know that there is stuff that I missed this week because there's a lot happening.
Yeah.
Soccer, baseball, softball, horse stuff.
Track.
Which is one of the things I did
Field?
not have time to go through because putting the results together from a track meet is a lot.
Yes.
So there's some stuff that happened in track that we won't get to. Also,
I'm glad you said horse stuff because that's
Yeah.
exactly how I was going to describe it.
Yeah.
And then I looked down on our show sheet and that's how you had it written. And I was like,
Yeah.
that's perfect.
it is horse stuff.
Yeah.
But also, I know that this is a common occurrence, but our Montesano teams are really underrepresented in the local sports roundup. So I apologize to the Montesano Bulldog teams. But
Did you say that was a common occurrence?
yeah, we never talk about Monty.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. But let's start with the local sports roundup. Aberdeen's Lily Camp hit a grand slam, a base-clearing triple, and a 2-run single, driving in a total of 9 runs to power the Bobcats to a 14-3 win over Shelton on Wednesday.
She couldn't get the double, though?
Camp also pitched 5 innings, allowing just 1 earned run while striking out 6 batters. On Monday, Aberdeen took down defending state champ Tumwater 3-2,
Yes.
with Camp pitching all 7 innings, allowing 1 earned run
Let's
on just 2
go.
hits and striking out 8 batters. The Bobcats currently are second in the Evergreen 2A League standings with a 3-1 record, and Lily Camp, you will find, is our first Athlete of the Week nominee, because holy cow!
Yes. Ocosta softball star Jessie Gilbert continued to do Jessie Gilbert things. Should we call her Jessie? She needs a nickname of some sort.
We'll work
Like-
on it.
Well, yeah, we need to workshop that.
Yeah.
She added another stellar accomplishment to her resume this week. She struck out 20 batters
It gets
on
better.
Tuesday against El Waco. Then broke a 0-0 tie in the bottom of the 7th inning with a walk-off home run. Get out of here.
That's a Shohei-like performance.
That is. Jessie Shohei Gilbert allowed 2 hits and 1 walk in the shutout. Good grief.
20 Ks, which is, obviously a couple off of the record that she set
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago, but just stacking strikeouts on strikeouts, and she's only a sophomore. Emmy Spencer and her horse, Shorty, guaranteed themselves a trip to state by breaking the district record in Keyhole last week for the Washington High School equestrian team. Emmy, an Elma High School student, actually already held the record and broke it twice last year as well. She also took second place at figure 8. We have some incredible female athletes
Yes, we
here
do.
right now. Like, how are the boys going to win any Athlete of the Week awards this spring?
I don't know. Honestly, it's ridiculous. A trio of Elma baseball players tried. They combined to throw a 5-inning perfect game in a 13-0 shutout over Eatonville. Yes. On Thursday, Brody Palmer started the game on the bump. Then Carter Studer and Ethan Camus pitched in relief for the Eagles, who improved to 3-0 in league play and 6-2 overall with the win. I would be really upset if I was throwing a perfect game and my coach took me out.
I don't know what the
I might
circumstances
hit
were.
somebody.
Especially because it was only a 5-inning game.
Could that be pitch counts for early in a season?
Maybe, but Gibson Kane and Jack Alexander each recorded 3 hits for Elma in the game. Kane drove in 3 runs and Alexander scored twice. TJ Dunlap hit a triple and a double, scored 3 times, and drove in 2 runs. I guess if you've only thrown 2 innings, maybe you don't even think of it.
Yeah.
Maybe you only think of it after 3 innings.
Or maybe he got hurt. I don't know.
I'm the type of goober who would definitely know that nobody's reached base.
First at bat, Daniel strikes him out. He's like, got it going.
You don't talk about it, though. Not out loud. Sticking with baseball, Hoquiam picked up a 7-5 non-league win over Ocosta on Thursday. Joey Bozich recorded 4 hits, including a double, and scored 3 runs for the Grizzlies, while also pitching 5 1/3 innings and getting the win on the mound.
That freshman's good. Aberdeen's boys soccer remained unbeaten with a 2-0 win over Centralia on Thursday. Take that, Centralia. Reigning Ole Penn Real Estate Athlete of the Week, Evan Cohn opened scoring in the 54th minute with a goal assisted by Elmer Torres, and Edwin Quintana capped the scoring in the 59th minute.
Hoquiam's softball team had a big week, defeating Montesano 3-2 on Tuesday, then thumping Eatonville 15-0 on Thursday.
Wow.
Ella Folkers recorded 2 hits against Eatonville, including a double, and drove in 3 runs. Karen Blood hit a home run and a double and drove in 4 runs. Is it Karen or Karen? Karen?
Not sure.
Okay.
Also, maybe I shouldn't straight up laugh at high school kids for losing.
It's okay. You didn't name
It was-
anyone specifically. It's
And
okay.
It was
It's
just
okay, they were from
and-
Eatonville.
Eatonville in general, right? Elma softball beat Tenino 13-2 on Thursday. There it is. Emmy Spencer, shocker, went 2 for 4 with 2 runs and 2 RBI, and Carly Rambo, another Rambo coming into the ranks, went 2 for 2 with 2 runs and 3 RBI. Madison Monroe earned the victory in the circle for the Eagles, allowed 1 earned run on 4 hits and 2 walks while striking out 7.
In club soccer, Grays Harbor Gulls U14 boys team won their league with a 4-0 win over second place FME Extreme on Saturday. I was hoping to go to that game. Some stuff came up and I wasn't able to. Ricky and Luis contributed 2 goals apiece, and Yvonne and Hebron each recorded an assist. The Gulls went 6-0 this season, including 33 goals, scoring 33 goals and allowing just 3. They now have won 18 games in a row and have won back-to-back titles dating back to the fall. Michael Garcia led the team in total goals contributed with 12, 8 goals and 4 assists, but Hebron led the team in goals scored with 9, and Yvonne led with 6 assists.
Nice.
10 different players contributed a goal this season, and 7 contributed at least 4. Goals keeper Mauricio missed a portion of the season due to injury, but kept a clean sheet in 3 of his 5 matches.
I love it. I saw somebody wearing a Gulls jersey at Marshall's the other day,
Yeah, they're
and
pretty slick.
the jersey's nice.
Yeah.
And I almost went up to him and went, "Oh, you play for the Gulls?"
Which one are you?
Yeah, but I didn't.
Can I get your signature?
I was close, but then I realized he was a child. So I Gulls boys U14 Gray team. Gray, is that how you say that?
Yeah.
Gulls U14 Gray lost 5-0. Girls U14 lost 7-0 to the league's first place team. Girls U9 lost 5-1 with a goal by Lydia. Boys U10 tied 1-1 with a goal from Alexander, assisted by Braden. Several Gulls teams are in action Sunday, including boys U12, which can finish the season just 1 point out of first with a dub.
We'll wrap this up with a little powerlifting. Montesano girls and boys each placed 3rd as a team in North Beach last Saturday, despite only being able to bring a small number of their lifters to the meet. On the boys' side, Elma's Quinton Perry won the 123-pound class. For Montesano, Ben Howard won 148. Peyton Domashevitz took 2nd at 181,
Heyo.
and Camden Taylor took 2nd at 242. Kyle Caton placed 3rd at 198, and Greg Boley 3rd at 242. On the girls' side, Aberdeen's Iris Singleton won the 148-pound weight class. She was also named the girls' lifter of the meet. Montesano had a first-place finishes from Hannah Bruland at 165 and Grace Grinnells at 181. North Beach's Avery Harmon took 3rd place in the unlimited class. And that concludes our local sports roundup.
Hannah's a beast. Just
Yeah,
throwing
she
that
is.
out there. Also, Peyton doesn't weigh 181.
He weighs about 176, something
So-
in that range.
Nice.
Oh, so he's not dropping weight to lift at that.
He has considered it, and he did that last season. But you
now
know,
he's
those,
just going to beat people anyway.
Yeah,
are the
which
kind
is
of
the
things
right
he-
thing to do,
He'll-
in my opinion.
Well, honestly, like when he decided, hey, I want to cut 5 pounds so I can go down to the next weight class last year,
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I mean, I think about it, it's only 5 pounds. I'm always really nervous about like the unhealthy way that I've heard some wrestlers lose weight.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he basically just ate no carbs for 2 weeks and lost like 8 pounds.
Whoa.
And he has such insane willpower that it was like not a big deal for him, and he didn't do anything in an unhealthy way. So I was fine with it.
I wouldn't like that. I like carbs.
He didn't. I wouldn't say he liked it, but he did it, and he was okay with it. But that's an option. When you're kind of in that like middle, you're not at the top end of weight for your class, and you can't quite get there.
Yeah,
yeah,
that makes sense. We got so much to get to.
Well, we got to pick an Ole Penn Real Estate Athlete of the Week, and it's going to be hard.
How? Because you didn't even list the one who would be like, I know we don't usually go back to back.
I know,
but
you're right.
But holy crap!
Yeah, and then there's one person who's a nominee who wasn't even in our local sports roundup.
You're right.
Yeah. I think we need to take a minute to think about this. So let's
just because you're hating on track.
We're gonna do Ole Penn Real Estate Athlete of the Week, and then we're gonna wrap up talking about the Grays Harbor Eats Final Four. But let's take our last commercial break first.
At Ole Penn Real Estate, we have solidified our foundation on 4 core values. First, we continuously focus on growing our knowledge in the market and in our practices to bring the highest level of competency to our clients. Second, we provide a high level of integrity, compassion, and kindness in every aspect of our business. Third, we put the human element above business through humor, enthusiasm, and patience. And last but not least, we proactively respond to the needs of our clients. Our mission is to create a personal real estate experience, one person and one home at a time. With Ole Penn, it's personal.
Thank you again to our sponsors, Ole Penn Real Estate and the law office of Jeffrey A. Domashevitz.
It's raining so hard outside.
Oh, what? When did that happen?
It's sleety.
Is that actually snow?
There's definite snow.
I was going to say, those look
there.
like giant raindrops, so yeah.
Welcome to spring. It's spring because baseball started.
Somebody told me the other day that it was supposed to maybe snow this weekend, and I was like, get out of here.
There was snow on the ground here when we got up this morning.
I hate that.
I don't like that.
It's freaking April, man.
Hannah's not a fan either.
It's April, man. Hannah wants to garden. Jeez. We have our Ole Penn Real Estate Athlete of the Week to get to here.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. Well, I think if I'm being honest about this, there's going to be... after we list them all, I'll tell you what I think the deciding factor is.
So I realized that I was a little off when I said back-to-back because I was mixing a couple weeks. Because last week it was Emmy Spencer and Evan Cohn, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the week before that, I believe, was Jessie Gilbert.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know what we're going to do.
Okay, so
I've got a
let's
question
run
about
through...
Gilbert. Do you think, maybe there's rules in place that she'd get punished for not being sportsmanlike, but I feel like she should get together with her catcher and just pump those strikeout numbers up.
Hey, can you drop a couple of thirds?
Can we just get an extra strikeout per inning?
They have to be up by a lot though. This was a 0-0 game.
They don't. It's a sure thing.
They don't because she'll just strike out the next person.
Yeah. This isn't. It's not risky. It's probably not sportsmanlike. I'd be pretty upset if the other team were doing that to me. I'd be like, look, I came to play. You could at least pretend that you're in my class.
Well, I want Jessie to get the record, so I'd be fine with it.
I was she could get 40 strikeouts.
Okay. 40 might be risky.
Just a few extra every inning.
40 would be risky. One in an inning I'd be okay with. One in inning I'd be good with.
So obviously we have Jessie Gilbert as one of our nominees because she struck out 20 batters in a game. It was 0-0 all the way through. She was going up against one of the best pitchers in the state in all of 2B.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and then
you didn't tell me that part.
I read that in the newspaper article.
She is the best pitcher in the state. What are you talking about?
That's why I said one of. One of the best pitchers in 2B in the state. And then she came up in the bottom of the 7th inning and hit a dinger over the left field fence off of her to win the game.
What a stud.
So there's that. We also got a nomination for Tiggy.
Yes.
He took first place in 3 different events at the track meet at Chief Flesha. I think that was Tuesday. And it was the 800, the 1600, and the 4x4 relay, I believe.
4x4.
So congrats to Tiggy. And, in a normal week, maybe 3 first-place finishes gets you Athlete of the Week. But we had, in addition to Jessie Gilbert, we had Lily Camp
go bonkers.
Beat number one, as a pitcher, beat the reigning state champion Tumwater.
Take that, Tumwater.
And then the very next game, drive in 9 runs, including a grand slam and a base clearing triple.
Yeah.
All in the same week, which is totally bonkers.
Nuts.
And then on top of that, we have Emmy Spencer with horse stuff.
And impressive horse stuff and softball stuff.
Did you watch?
She also did softball stuff.
Did you watch the video of what keyhole is?
Yes, I did. Did you?
Yeah. So for me, essentially, it looks like I know nothing about equestrian.
Yeah.
Except that horses are involved.
Yeah.
It looks like there's like a long path.
Except that horses are.
Yeah. There's a narrow path and then like a circle at the end of it that looks like a keyhole.
Yes.
So the horse sprints into the circle and then turns around as fast as they can and sprints back the other way.
Yeah, and I'm assuming by how the judge came and ruled things that you can't mess up the lines of the keyhole.
Yeah.
I'm getting some head nodding from Hannah over there. And the crazy part, did you watch it multiple times?
I watched it 3 times.
Okay. Did you see how the horse, like, kept its front feet up, like, as it was turning? And then, like, barely missed the lines and then took off like a rocket?
I'll be honest, I didn't know that horses could do that.
Right? It was
pretty
nuts.
amazing.
It was crazy.
And then the fact that that was her breaking her own record, which she has already broken multiple times, is additionally amazing.
Yeah.
But my favorite part of that video was her mom's reaction at the end of it. It was so, it's like that pure joy.
Yeah.
I hope she's okay with me sharing this. Like just the pure joy of her realizing what happened and that the record was broken and just running and like not only, celebrating, excited for her daughter, but then also telling people as she's running by that was a record. It was so cool. And it's
awesome.
like, those are the moments that I live for in high school sports is like, one of these athletes achieving something great and then it being recognized in the moment what they just did.
Yeah. Did you see my response? I said, holy crap, is there anything Emmy doesn't do well?
Yeah, I think the answer to that is clearly no.
Yeah, she laughed and said she only has one option, to win.
Yeah.
And that is all we've heard about Emmy Spencer for all of, because right now, currently, she's playing fast pitch. Mm-hmm. She's not giving up any goals in soccer for like a year. And then she pops up and she's like, oh yeah, she's also breaking district records in the keyhole on her horse.
Yeah.
How does she have time for all this?
I have no idea.
Like, I could get having time to be okay at all these different things, but she's winning all of them. Like,
some people have greatness thrust upon them, Daniel. I feel like that's Emmy. She's just just great, and it's just there.
It's just.
Well, I don't know if she has the ability to not be great.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
She
like if Emmy went out to a wiffle ball tournament, was like, I'm gonna not hit a home run off of Daniel today, would she be able to do it?
Probably not.
I think she would try to bunt, and the ball would go over the fence. That'll be the next week's poll question. Yeah. Could Emmy Spencer bunt a home run off Daniel in a wiffle ball game?
I really need a shot at redemption.
I feel like
if she takes me out again, then fine. But I need at least a shot at redemption.
I say we just sponsor the kids again and have Bodie go up against her because I don't know, man.
I feel like that's still not a bad outcome for Daniel. He can be like, yeah, I got the velocity there.
Yeah,
I'm there.
Exactly. My Achilles is finally better. I was on the field.
I can throw it hard enough to bounce it off somebody's bat out of the field. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I like it. Good call there. We also did we finally get through all of them? We did.
Yeah.
This is tough. What's your thought process on this?
Okay, so I am looking at the only one of these 4, which all had amazing accomplishments, that hasn't won this award before. Because if I'm looking at it,
I see what you're saying.
If I'm looking at it across like all 3 of these girls, between Emmy and Lily Camp and Jessie Gilbert, I feel very similarly about. Like, I'm looking at all 3 of those going, that doesn't seem real. Like,
right.
Like Emmy Spencer breaking records, doing everything, playing soccer, playing softball. Her name pops up everywhere. All she does is win.
Yep.
She has greatness thrust upon her. And then Lily Camp, it sounds like a story that you told. Like,
Yeah.
I just beat the defending state champions, and then the next game I drove in 9 runs in a big win.
With a double short of a cycle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you have Jessie Gilbert, who I don't know her. I don't go to Acosta. I think she might be made up. Like, would it be possible that we've been fooled and Jessie Gilbert is not a real person and it was an April Fool's joke the whole time?
And they were
Because-
just building it this whole time and then
Yeah.
landed it yesterday.
Yeah. So all of these accomplishments feel so bonkers, but Emmy is a multiple-time winner. Jessie Gilbert won it a couple weeks ago. And we've also had Tiggy Higgy. He's a multiple-time winner as well. And Lily Kemp is the only one who we haven't given it to yet. So if it were up to me, because I feel so similarly about them, I would lean towards Lily.
I like it. Yep. That's a good call.
Thank you.
So I'll second that nomination.
And I'm going to launch an investigation about whether or not just Jessie Gilbert is an actual person who exists.
yeah. I think we need to figure that out.
It's just 3 girls that are all sharing the same name on the score sheet.
I've seen a picture though, so they have at least created an image for her.
That people do that though. Like Manti Te'o had a whole
do
relationship. Manti Te'o had a full relationship with a girl that he had pictures of for years. That wasn't real. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
and Acosta's a little bit out of the way. Like, is it possible that this whole thing is some kind of a catfish in the sports realm?
I mean,
They're gonna make us all fall in love with this athlete that's not real?
Jessie Shohei Gilbert.
It's just it feels more feasible to me that she doesn't exist than that she did this.
than what the thing she's doing.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's
Yeah.
absolutely yes. But congratulations to our Ole Penn Real Estate Athlete of the Week, Lily Camp, for Aberdeen softball. Ridiculous performance, getting the win against defending champ Tumwater. Take that, Tumwater. And also 9 RSBI or RBIs. RSBI, whatever. With a grand salami, a bases clearing triple, and a 2-run single.
Yeah.
That's a heck of a week. That's a heck of a week, and that was a game.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here. So, congratulations to Lily for, I mean, one of the best accomplishments anybody can ever receive. The
Yeah.
Ole Penn Real Estate Athlete of the Week.
Very few things will top that in your life.
I mean, does she play basketball? Because right now, the bucket getter is the only thing above it.
Yeah. And we don't have an equivalent in any of the other sports yet.
We need to figure some out, I think. At least something. 'Cause
Maybe.
Is basketball really the only thing that we're going to give that achievement for?
I feel like you both love basketball a certain kind of way.
That's true.
I think it also, like, the certified bucket getter thing sort of happened organically.
Yeah.
Because we had a show where we were talking about Trey Seidel.
Yep.
And I called him a certified bucket getter, and then I super self-indulgently posted it as a quote
Weird.
on a graphic. And then we got a little bit of response from Trey. He thought it was funny, so I made a certificate.
Yep.
And that was kind of how it started. Like, it happened on its own.
Yep.
So,
That's a good point.
yeah, we have to wait and see if it happens on its own.
Just like the snub list should be named the Trey.
The Trace Ridgeway.
Yeah, but
award.
he also won it a
Yeah,
lot.
I don't
so
think
we
it. Yeah,
can't-
I don't think it can be named after. It has to be named after Chloe.
But he definitely got snubbed the most,
for sure.
and yet still won it a ton.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. I don't know.
Had a lot of stuff.
Yep. Anyway, time to get to the food. So does that mean I can start eating again? Because
Sure.
I've just been smelling these chicken strips.
Yeah, go ahead. Just try not to eat into your microphone.
Okay.
Okay. So
Eat into my microphone.
no,
is
don't.
what
I
heard.
said try not to.
Oh.
Yeah. Try not to. What kind of sauce do you have there?
Context. I put mustard with. I just grabbed this out of their fridge.
Okay.
They have a sriracha ketchup.
Ooh, rooster sauce.
Yeah. And mustard. And I just kind of mixed them together. Little Heinz 57 type action there.
When I was a kid, I used to eat sriracha, but I never knew it was called sriracha because we all called it rooster sauce.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You just missed the part where it said sriracha on it?
Never bothered to read it. Like
Well-
most things in life. Like books. Like what?
Rooster sauce is good.
Yeah. Also, I don't know. Did you notice that they sell Chick-fil-A sauce like in bottles now?
Yeah.
So I bought.
It's a little sweet for me. Like, it's good, but it's a little sweet.
I like the Chick-fil-A sauce. I love Polynesian sauce. That Polynesian sauce is my jam. I've been putting it on everything.
Where do you get that?
At Walmart, yeah, they had it in bottles, just right with the Chick-fil-A sauce. It's Polynesian sauce by Chick-fil-A.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to try that.
It's kind of almost like sweet and sour in a way.
Okay.
It's really good. Anyway, that was a sidetrack. I'm going to get to what I was going to get to, which is the March Madness Grays Harbor Eats bracket. Daniel currently...
When you said
This
chicken
segment
strips,
is
Yeah.
not brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
No. When you said chicken strips from a gas station,
Yeah,
I was not expecting this. These are amazing.
yeah. Breaded
These
and
are
fried.
like-
Daniel still had not bought into the Quick Stop being
Yeah.
worthy of being included in the bracket.
Everybody who's talking crap about them, Sean, go to the Quick Stop and get some chicken strips.
Yeah,
These are amazing. I'd put these up against any chicken strips I've ever had.
yeah.
Because these are chicken chunks.
Chunks.
Like, these are chunky chicken strips.
and they're actually breaded and crispy. You know, not like sometimes when you get like chicken tenders from a gas station, it feels like a giant chicken nugget.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not what this is.
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway.
But anyway, they're not one of our final four. Our Grays Harbor Eats bracket started with 64 restaurants or places to eat, and is down now to 4. And I want to share what they are, what the matchups are going to be, and what their road to the final 4 was.
Love it.
So we have our first matchup with our number 1 overall seed, which, again, has been just a total buzzsaw through the tournament, crushing everybody all along the way.
Yep.
Number 1 seed Casamia will be going up against probably what's the biggest surprise of the Final Four, 5th seed Al's Humdinger, which, again, we've talked extensively about why Humdinger is considered so great, because it's a good place to eat, you get good bang for your buck, and there's a ton of nostalgia involved.
Ton.
And honestly, Humdinger had some matchups that were not even close. Like, just crushed some other
them.
places along the way.
You know, when I think of Humdinger, I think of, gosh, I feel bad doing this with a bite of food in my mouth.
Yeah. You want to finish?
Maybe I should.
Yeah. And then let me give the other matchups, and then you can talk when you're done.
Okay.
Okay, so
Sounds
the
good.
next matchup will be 2 seed Gene's Stop and Go, which we were going to eat today, but had to call an audible. But it is one of the burger places that we had up high ranked, and is making it to the Final Four. And it's going up against our only taco spot, Taqueria San Jose, which was a 2 seed and is in the Final Four, going up against Gene's Stop and Go.
Yes. Used to be Los
which one is
Gallos.
that?
It's the one that used to be in the mall.
Okay.
And they used to be
Okay.
called Los Gallos.
The place you said would be your burrito place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are now where La Unica used to be. You remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Across the street from the AMPM?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Great. Great food.
I like most of the taco places that I go to,
Yeah.
but I tend to identify them by where they are, which is probably just me not being good enough at Spanish to like recognize.
And
the
most of them have
differences in
taqueria
names.
in the name.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's true.
Which doesn't help.
Yeah, but I go to La Salvadoreña most of the time. So mine got eliminated, I think, in the round of 32.
Also good, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we have so many great taco/burrito places
Yep.
in
Go
this
to, if
area.
you go to La Salvadoreña, get the pupusas.
Oh.
Delicious.
And that's where I don't think many other people either have pupusas or they don't do them near as well as La Salvadoreña. So if you want pupusas, go there.
Yeah, if you want a burrito, go to Taqueria San Jose.
Yes. Oh, what I was going to say about Humdinger, my nostalgia from them is they used to have a cone of the month or something like that, and it was like a fancy soft serve flavor. And so we'd go there what felt like at least once a month, and we'd get like the random soft serve flavor, like was it strawberry or was it mint or was it key lime? Like it was something different every month, and so you'd go and you'd be able to get the special flavor. Also, chucking rocks into the river while waiting for the food. That is what I remember is standing on the railroad tracks, throwing rocks and trying to hit pilings with my brother.
Do kids still do that? Because I've spent so much time as a teenager throwing rocks into rivers.
And there's still rocks there.
Yeah,
where do they come from?
exactly.
Do they just regenerate? They regrow? So I just wanted to share what each of these restaurants had to go through.
If my garden is to be taken into account, yes, they do just
Okay.
grow.
So that's probably what happened in my yard then. It's not that the dogs kicked all the gravel into the grass. It's that rocks are growing in the grass.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
I shouldn't have planted those rock seeds. Casamia, the number 1 overall seed, won 94% of the bite? 94%
works?
of the vote against 16 seed Mike's Seafood. then won 90% of the vote against 9-seed
Wow.
Mr. Taco.
Wow.
Their closest matchup was still pretty good disparity, 65% against 4-seed Geppettos, and then 84%
Whoa.
in the Elite Eight against 10-seed Brunch 101, which was Daniel's upset pick of the tournament.
Yeah.
And he said, hey, watch out for Brunch 101.
Not enough
They made a
people have
good
been
run
there.
into the Elite Eight.
Yeah. I mean, hey, good run, though,
Yeah.
into the Elite Eight. Casamia, also a ton of nostalgia to go along with excellent food. But it's, what, a block? One full block away from the baseball fields in Hoquiam.
Mm-hmm.
Owned by the Jumps, who, by the way, the baseball fields in Hoquiam are named Jump Field. Kind of helps out a little bit. Just throwing that out there.
I thought that was like a verb.
Yeah.
Jump
right.
field. I thought it was weird that baseball of all sports would be called jump field.
They
Right?
didn't name it after the
Yeah.
jump man.
Yeah. No, it's after Roger Jump, I believe. Yeah. Former mayor of Hoquiam as well, and owner of Casamia. Rest in peace. Roger, absolute character. Coached my brother in baseball at one point, and I'm glad this part of coaching has kind of gone away, but he, I think, once famously say, I just pitch them till they drop.
Oh boy. Moving on to Humdinger's road to the Final Four. They started against 12-seed Boxcar Bar and Grill, won 93% of the vote. Went up against Ocean Beach Roasters, which that's a great place if you haven't been. That was a 4-seed, and Humdinger won 83% of the vote. Humdinger's closest one was against 1-seed Billy's. They took Billy's out with 55% of the vote, and then ended up beating 2-seed Taqueria Franco with 63% of the vote in the Elite Eight.
Wow.
Gene's
Tough
Stop
matchups.
and Go started against what I think was the toughest 15 seed, and that as I look through all of this, I think this was a place that I underseeded the most. They went up against Shoejacks in Elma in the beginning, and
Yeah, you had Shoejacks as a 15 seed?
yeah,
That's a tough one.
For me, that was like I didn't realize that was one where we got the most reaction. Like
Yeah.
people were going, "Really, 15 seed?" Shoejacks has really good food,
They do.
and also like you wouldn't think of this for a bar. But they have really good breakfast food, too. I've had their breakfast food many times. They get the Fat Philly there for lunch. Really good. But Gene's won that one, 68% of the vote. Sorry to Shoejacks, you couldn't go further. Then Gene's had 10-seeded Westport Winery, got 78% of the vote. Got its toughest test against Hoquiam Brewing, but still won 56% of the vote. And then I was a little surprised that this matchup against Grizzly Den ended up being 63-37.
Yeah.
But Gene Stop and Go winning the vote against Grizzly Den was 63%.
You know, tough matchup.
Yeah.
For the type of organizations that both of these places are, they're the best.
Yeah. Agreed.
Right?
Yep.
I think when you start talking about Clark's, you get into different ranges of restaurant.
And Clark's had a good run, too.
Yeah.
They were a 3-seed.
But
Oh, Julio Rodriguez homered to deep right.
let's go!
Nice.
Okay. Sorry.
Hey, we
Sorry.
need to wrap this up. It's a game on.
Okay. Last road to the Final Four is Taqueria San Jose. They started against 15-seed Westport Pizza Company, got 85% of the vote. Then they actually had two really close matchups, as close as can possibly be.
Yeah.
Because against 10-seed Crow's Nest, they won 51% of the vote and
Whoa.
squeaked by. And then in the Sweet 16, going up against 6-seeded Mazatlan, got 51% of the
Wow.
vote. So really close matchups. They're like the San Jose State of this tournament here, getting to the Final Four.
You mean the San Diego State?
San Diego State.
There you go.
I said San Jose State
Yeah,
they're
because they're
Taqueria San Jose,
yeah.
so that was my bad.
Yep.
And then finally, in the Elite Eight, they took out Lighthouse, 59% of the vote. So 3 of their 4 matchups
Somebody
have
just
been in the
texted me and
50%.
said- Sorry.
So go ahead.
No, keep.
That was it. I was just saying 3 of their 4 matchups so far have been in the 50s.
Yeah, somebody just texted me Clark sucks.
Who did?
Wow. Sean.
Huh.
I haven't been there in a while.
I haven't
man.
been there in a while
I-
either, but I like Clark's, though. I've
Yeah.
always liked Clark's.
Me too. Their milkshakes?
Yeah.
Pretty bomb.
Sean gets a little, like, bee in his bonnet about things sometimes, though. Like, did something happen there, and then now he just hates it forever?
I don't
or-
know.
Is it too far out of town?
We might have to ask for a follow-up there, Sean. Like,
Yeah, why do you have a bee in your bonnet?
what's in your bonnet? Maybe it's a hornet.
Could be.
Ugh.
A bonnet hornet. A bornet.
So, have you ever been to San Jose, Taqueria San Jose?
I went to it when it was a burrito place in the mall.
In the mall.
I've not been to it since it's been out of the mall, so it's been a really long time.
Okay. And you've been to Humdinger,
Oh, yes.
you've been to Casamia, and you've been to Jeans.
Many times.
Yes. Where are you leaning coming out of this Final Four? What do you think the title... Because I think we know what the title game's going to be.
I think it's going to be Casamia versus Jeans.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's what
But
I'm
you
predicting.
can't... to me, the fact that it's Hoquiam versus Hoquiam kind of plays into that. Because I know that we've got really good representation from Hoquiam in this voting. Because, as you mentioned, was it four of the final 8?
We're all Hoquiam
We're
restaurants.
Hoquiam places and now 2 of the final 4?
Yeah, because you had Casamia, Grizzly Den, Brunch 101, and Humdinger.
Right.
Yeah.
So we've got good representation, but this is Hoquiam on Hoquiam.
Yeah.
So are people going to choose Humdinger or are people going to choose Casamia? I lean, just based on the way Casamia's rolled over everybody, I feel like I'm leaning that direction.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be horribly surprised if Humdinger won.
That's true.
And so then we'd have Jeans versus Humdinger potential, or Jeans versus Humdinger potentially in the title. That would be awesome. Burger joint versus burger joint.
Are we going to call that the what do you guys? I just lost it. The rivalry game between Hoquiam and
the Red
Monty.
Rivalry.
The Red Rivalry. That's kind of cool that if it does come down to that. Although I feel like we've maybe
already had that with
overlooking Taqueria San Jose a little bit.
We might be.
Good point.
But
I'm not counting them out. That's a 2 seed versus a 2 seed. I was just saying it would be cool.
I think that, in my opinion, we have a very strong Monty audience. But the Hoquiam vote kind of surprised me with all those Hoquiam restaurants. So I don't know.
Well, we had a strong showing from Monty too in the quick stop, not being the first one to knock off a 1 seed.
Yeah.
But then also the Crow's Nest ones were really close because
Yeah.
Crow's Nest only got knocked out by 1% against San Jose.
That's true.
And that was a 10 versus a 2.
That's true. Sean says, way overpriced for marginally good food. Shakes still good. Still good.
I have a memory as a teenager of going there and ordering a burger that was as big as a plate.
Right?
Do they still have that one that's like giant?
So.
Like not just giant tall,
It's
but
like
huge.
just huge.
Massive, yeah.
You
That's
eat it
what
with
I
a
remember
fork.
too. Yeah, you felt like you had to. You at least
you
had
do.
to cut it in
I
half.
cut it
like-
into
yeah.
quarters and ate the quarters. I
Yeah,
think
something
I
like
did,
that.
Smart, yeah. So, if I had to make a prediction, I would say Casamia is going to be taking on Jeans, and then that's a toss-up. Like, that's going to be a buzzer beater San Diego State versus FAU matchup right there. Like,
That was like the greatest game of the tournament, and it's one of the few that I missed.
I didn't see it either.
Oh, the final sequence though.
I was watching.
Was amazing.
I watched from minute 5 to minute 2, and then I had to do something with the kids, and I couldn't watch the rest. And then I see this alert pop up: amazing buzzer beater, and I was like, "Oh,
So
man, I missed that."
So Ty France played at San Diego State.
Yes.
And they had the game up on Mariner Vision as they were doing before the crowd was let in.
Yeah.
The crowd wasn't watching it. Ty France was watching it.
And he was wearing
his jersey.
basketball jersey. Yes.
I think equally as amazing just was the ending of that. Caitlin Clark in Iowa against undefeated South Carolina, who hasn't lost a game in like 28 months or something.
Yeah.
That nobody was really giving. I mean, people were saying that Iowa could give them a game. Like basically, South Carolina, they could be susceptible, but they're bigger, faster, stronger. I think South Carolina had something like 27 offensive rebounds in the game.
Whoa.
And then they lost because Caitlin Clark is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
She scored over 40 points again. She
She's
was close to
insane.
having her second consecutive 40-point triple-double.
She's
She can
ridiculous.
score every different way. Like I said, I think I told you, Daniel, she's like James Harden if he didn't miss so many shots. Like she really, she's knocking. She has unlimited range. She's a great finisher. She can handle the ball. She's quick. She just doesn't miss that much.
And she doesn't have a beard.
Yeah,
Those are basically the only things. She doesn't miss as much, and she doesn't have a beard.
true.
I think both
Probably
upgrades.
doesn't go to as many strip clubs.
That's a good guess. I think we end the show on that.
That's like the other thing Harden's known for, right?
Yeah. Yep. So
I'm not a basketball fan. I just know a few things.
So for my co-host Daniel, I could pitch into a bunt home run Hargrove.
And my co-host Justin, self-indulgent Domashevitz.
And then our trusty producer Andrew, no strip clubs, gross.
You've been listening to The Scrimmage.